Okay, so today I want to talk about remote work versus in office meetings. And I saw a post on Twitter that was basically just like um, when you're in person, you form a tighter bond with your coworkers, and that allows you to work harder and work better because you're incentivized to push yourself because you enjoy the company of other people, or like you like the people that you're surrounded with. So then you're more prone to doing better work and working harder as well, and everyone else would do the same. And I think overall the productivity of the team would increase because of the in-person meetings. And I think overall I agree with this. I think that since COVID, I've been basically just been remote for these past 3 4 years, I guess. And even though like I love the flexibility, I think that from a working perspective, I think in office or in person, um, like meetings or work environments are way better than remote. I think that remote has a lot of advantages, but I would say that almost all of the advantages are outside of work. Like, you're able to eat whenever you want. You can cook at the same time, you can spend time with your family. It's easier to like go to your hobbies, for example. It's easier to like schedule appointments during the day. What else? Uh like it's easier to, yeah, like I think anything outside of your work environment, remote is really good for that. And I would say the only time where remote is really good is like if you want to be isolated for a day because you have to concentrate on doing like super important work and you don't want to have distractions, you don't want to have meetings. I think that's probably one of the biggest benefits from remote work versus like in person, in terms of like a work environment, right? Like, but I would say that 90% of the time in person is way better for work, just because you get to see the people that you work with, you get to know them a lot better, you get to have like this, you create this bond. And I think like by creating this bond, it first um like solidifies your relationship with your coworkers and your work as well. So I think it's a lot easier for you to leave your work if you don't really care about the people. And the more that you care, then the harder it is for you to leave. And now, I guess for some people that could be uh like a not a benefit, but I think to me, I would want to, like my work. I like to, like, I'm gonna work 50 hours a week. Like, why would I not want to love my work, right? More than what I have now. And I feel that creating that attachment is a lot easier when you have in-person events and you actually see people. Like, I think the best example for me is I initially started my job 100% remote. So like I think for the first 3 months, I was basically just like working in front of my computer. Like I would chat with coworkers like through Slack, but most of the time, like I'm not really getting to know these people. Like it's, I would send a Slack message here and there. I think there's like one person where, we have working sessions together and we kind of like talk outside of work, but that's pretty much it. And it's really only when I started going on site to other clients, and then we'd have a full team going there. So I learned, at first we were like four, and then at the very end, like this last year, we were 10. And because we were able to just like spend so much time together in a smaller group, I think that really showed me first how more productive I could be when I'm in an in-person work environment. And also just like I feel that I enjoy work way more now because I've been doing these on sites. Like right now, I am on site at a client, and I enjoy it so much more just because like I feel I'm more productive. I get to know the people that I'm working with. Um, there's like to me only benefits. The only downside that I see is that traveling a lot sucks. Like I like having my own routine. I like being able to go to the gym, like my personal gym. 2 3 times a week. I want to be able to play volleyball during the week as well. And obviously, I want to spend time with like my wife and my friends and all that. And that's something that I can't really do when I'm on site, obviously. Um, but if I just purely think about work, I definitely think that it's way better for me because I'm so much more productive when I'm at work versus when I'm remote. And I think even like when I'm going to be like eventually I will probably leave the company. I think that my goal is to find another company where I can be like hybrid. And again, like I think the flexibility, like I would like to have the flexibility of not being able to, not needing to go to work every time, but I would like to have like a hybrid environment where I would go to work probably 3 times a week and maybe like once or twice per week I would be able to just stay at home and chill. And then obviously like if I need to schedule appointments or like if I want to go to the gym that day, for example, I have that flexibility of staying at home. But it's a lot more enjoyable for me to just go in, see the people that like. I really miss the like, oh, let's grab a coffee for 50, like let's take a break for 15 minutes, go grab coffee, and just like chit chat a bit, and then just go back to work afterwards. Like that's something that I definitely miss, and that I currently have when I'm on site. But then it's only temporary because then I could go stretches where I'm just going to be remote and working for like months or weeks at a time where I wouldn't have that in-person environment. So yeah, I definitely think that a lot of people are pushing remote work, saying it's like a lot better and that they would never want to return to in-person work. And I think I agree if you don't give a lot of importance to work, or that like you would prefer having all the advantages of being remote, which is like more on your own personal life, versus like being able to or being forced to work all the time. So I can see that, but me personally, I definitely think that if you want to have a more productive workforce, I definitely think that in person is a way to go. And definitely for me, I also prefer just in person work environments as well. So that's it for today.